Dozens spent the afternoon exercising at Madison Central High School, all to support the foundation dedicated to helping others in memory of fallen officer Daniel Ellis.
I'm Mike Byer in Lexington, where the University of Kentucky Alumni Association held a 5K, which will benefit future and current students.
There's a guy with a yellow shirt back there, just there. Got him.
He's been a part of the Keeneland scenery for nearly 40 years. We'll introduce you to the artist who's been working paddock side.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
You're watching WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Part of a busy Bourbon County road is shut down right now. State police are on the scene of a deadly crash. Troopers say an SUV on Lexington Road hit and killed a bicyclist near Bedford Acres Christian Church in Paris. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live at the scene. Caitlin, what are troopers telling you?
Good evening, Kristen. Very much an active scene still here on Lexington Road, where authorities say a bicyclist has died. Both lanes are shut down in the southbound direction. Now, we talked to troopers, and they have very few details at this time. Accident reconstruction is on scene, though, trying to figure out what happened and what led up to this crash. Now, first responders were called out to the southbound lanes of Lexington Road just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. The Bourbon County Sheriff confirms a SUV versus bicyclist accident. He says that bicyclist died on scene. It's not clear yet what led up to the crash. Both Bourbon County Sheriff's Office and Kentucky State Police are here working to figure out what happened. Now, troopers aren't exactly sure how long the southbound lanes will be closed. They said a couple of hours, but they're not positive. Now, it's hard to see from here, but troopers are rerouting that traffic, so it's not too impactful on that traffic flow. Live in Bourbon County, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Caitlin, thank you. They are helping a fallen officer's family. Zumba instructors spent the day at Madison Central High School raising funds for the Daniel Ellis Foundation. The Richmond police officer died in the line of duty last year. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is in Madison County talking to Officer Ellis's widow in our top story.
The Richmond community continues to come up with ways to remember their fallen police officer, all while supporting the foundation dedicated to helping others in his memory. Today's event happening in a place that is special to his wife.
Inside of Madison Central High School.
My work family's been amazing. Work is the one place that feels really normal, that I enjoy coming.
Dozens making sure their moves count, taking part in a Zumbathon, raising money for a cause created by their assistant principal in memory of her husband, the Officer Daniel Ellis Foundation.
When you work together closely like we do, you become a family. And so when someone hurts, you hurt. And when someone has things to celebrate, you celebrate with them.
A couple hours of exercising serving as another example of how this community refuses to forget badge number 457 and all others who wear the uniform.
When Alexis, approached and said, everybody's on board, we're going to do a Zumbathon, I said, I'm not very athletic. 5K Zumbathon, but it's been great, and just people have been able to come together and just celebrate Daniel's life, raise money to give back to Madison County, and have a really good time.
And every dollar made here through the Zumbathon will go straight to the foundation. In Madison County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Organizers made about $500 at today's event. Now on to a developing story overseas. The death toll after a massive earthquake on Ecuador's coast continues to climb. So far, 238 people are dead and more than 1,500 people are injured. Last night's 7.8 magnitude earthquake trapped hundreds under debris. Leaders say there have been more than 100 aftershocks since the quake. This is the strongest earthquake to hit Ecuador since 1979. New tonight, investigators have identified the body pulled from the river in Breathitt County. The coroner says two canoeists found 39-year-old Maxwell McGee in the middle of the North Fork, Kentucky River Saturday. His autopsy was today. State police do not suspect foul play. And state police have also released the names of two men shot and killed Friday in Floyd County. Troopers say 49-year-old Ronnie Hall shot three men at a home in Hueysville. The coroner says 30-year-old Daniel Ronnie Harville And 33-year-old Rodney Keith Whitaker died at the home. A third man, 51-year-old Ricky Goebel, went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Hall faces 2 counts of murder, and state police say that Ricky Goebel, the man who survived the shooting, may also face charges. We do not know what led up to that shooting. And state police in Floyd County are now calling last night's fire at an apartment complex deadly. Troopers say 1 person died in the fire at the complex on Highway 777. Firefighters found the body inside an apartment. It is now at the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. The cause of the fire and cause of death are still under investigation. The warm weather and sunny skies look like they'll stick around another few days. Halfway into the work week, though, we may see some changes. WKYT's Mike Linden is tracking current conditions.
That's right, Kristen. We are looking at some absolutely beautiful conditions here in the Bluegrass, with temperatures still in the 80s in southeastern Kentucky. Looking at Lexington, 79 degrees. We did hit 80 degrees, but we have since dropped back just a little bit. But I haven't seen anyone complaining yet on Facebook, Twitter. Everyone seems to be pretty excited about how awesome the weather has been. Across the state, it's more of the same. Sunny skies, just gorgeous. How about Breathitt County? This might be one of the best views in all of the Bluegrass. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperature still in the lower 80s in southeastern Kentucky. Check out the Defender Radar Network. Not much to find out there. Again, not seeing any cloud cover nor any active weather. And it looks like we will continue to have these awesome conditions to stick around for the start of the work week. But changes are coming. And it looks like as we get into our work week here, we'll start to see the warmth and the sunny skies begin to break down a little bit. I'll put a track on when those changes will arrive coming up.
UK students, staff, and alumni took advantage of the beautiful weather this afternoon. The University of Kentucky Alumni Association hosted the first ever Sprint for Scholarships 5K. WKYT's Mike Byers shows us how the race is helping students pay for college.
It was a beautiful afternoon in Lexington, and the University of Kentucky Alumni Association took full advantage of it by holding its inaugural Sprint for Scholarships 5K.
The money that we're raising goes directly to support student scholarships through the Alumni Association.
The 5K run walk was held at Coldstream Park in Lexington. Community members, UK alumni, students, faculty, and staff all participated in the event. Each participant received a t-shirt and a goodie bag that had a bib and timing chip, as well as coupons from the race sponsors. Sarah Elizabeth Bush is one of the organizers. She says the 5K will help future and current students pursue their dreams of attaining a college education.
We realized there was a definite need for an increase of funds for scholarships, so we decided to try to do our part in that. So this is our first annual event to try to engage the community and be together with the alumni community in general and raise money.
Now, organizers say they expect this 5K to be an annual event. In Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Event organizers are still totaling how much money they raised today. Thousands packed Keeneland for another beautiful day of racing. Today was Kids Club Family Day at the track. The Keeneland Kids Club teamed up with the Salvation Army to support local homeless children. The Salvation Army served lemonade as part of a fundraiser to help children staying at their Lexington shelter. Kids Club members and their families got to attend the races for free.
It's a nice way to be able to give back to the community. It's always fun to see small kids come out to the races, participate in activities, and then get to watch some of the races.
The Keeneland Kids Club has more than 6,400 members. The club is free to join for all fans 12 and younger. Also out at Keeneland today was the racetrack's unofficial artist in residence. Peter Williams has been painting portraits paddock side for more than 30 years. WKYT's Sean Moody introduces us to him.
The walking track and paddock area here at Keeneland can really be just as scenic as the racetrack out there. In fact, for the better part of the past 40 years, one man's been more focused on the scenery out here than the racing.
Keeneland is a busy place, but if you stop and look around for a minute, you'll notice Peter Williams.
You do get some lovely vantage points out there.
He's usually off to the side behind his easel.
People ask me continually, what do I enjoy painting and whatever it is that I didn't paint last.
He's been Keeneland's unofficial artist in residence since 1980. After nearly 40 years of doing this, he's always looking for something new.
There's a guy with a yellow shirt back there, just there. Got him. That yellow blob, yes.
Okay. But he wasn't always an artist.
I raised sheep and cattle in New Zealand for my first 50 years.
He started with painting on his farm, eventually coming to the U.S. for an art exhibition.
And I was picked up by a gallery in New York who commissioned me to paint racetracks.
Which eventually led here.
Do you have a favorite painting that you've done here?
Yep.
What's that one?
The next one.
Today, the subject is Keeneland's paddock.
Well, now you think it needs a horse.
It's easy to get lost in the details, but William sees the big picture.
Well, it's like a story that goes on, and you never get to the punchline.
How do you know when you've reached the punchline on something like this?
When somebody says, how much is it?
In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
William says Keeneland is one of the most welcoming places he's ever painted. Still to come on WKYT, these kids are swinging for a chance to go to the MLB All-Star Game this summer.
Kentucky hospitals are intentionally getting unborn babies hooked on a narcotic. While that may sound bad, it's actually being seen as a success, considering the alternative. Babies and drug withdrawal, Monday at 6 on WKYT.
Dare to compare. This 6,000-watt generator is over $600 at Home Depot and only $399 at PRAS. Save $100 over Sears Brand Central on this Maytag washer, plus free gift cards up to $500.
Nobody beats PRAS.
Raise your hand if you haven't been to the dentist in over a year. I'm coming to you. Aspen Dental wants to make it as easy as possible to get to the dentist. They have something that will make the exam cheaper than that drink in your hand. Bam. Why don't you get on a group text to make sure that you all go? What day did you say?
Thursday anytime.
You're in Thursday at any time.
That was pretty easy.
No insurance? Get a free new patient exam and x-rays.
My work is done here.
Dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN Dental.
Are you looking for a new career in the automotive industry? Hitachi is currently recruiting top engineering talent for our Berea and Harrodsburg locations. Visit our job fair at the Griffin Gate Marriott on April 19th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Hitachi, leading the way in creating innovative automotive solutions.
I love Spain. This food, the wine, the tapas. I want to stay here forever.
Well, we're not in Spain. We're home.
I know, but this food is so delicious.
Then it's like a Spaincation.
Head to Kroger for authentic recipes, specially imported foods, and delicious meal ideas at the Taste of Spain event.
Cook up fresh Perdue boneless chicken breasts for just $1.99 a pound. And sweet red, yellow, or orange bell peppers are now 10 for $10 at Kroger.
I'm Rob Bromley, inviting WKYT TV viewers on the vacation of your dreams, a land and cruise tour of Alaska, August 5th to the 18th. We'll enjoy a guided tour of Denali National Park, visit Anchorage and Fairbanks, and travel on the White Pass and Yukon Route Railway. We'll also board the MS Bullendam for a spectacular 4-night Holland America cruise. All airfare, hotels, and more are included. For a free brochure, call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266.
With a heavy-duty welded steel deck and exclusive smooth track steering, the Hustler Raptor zero-turn mower doesn't play around. It's got the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. The legendary Hustler Raptor family starting at just $27.99. Tools, not toys.
Get your Hustler mower at Southern States Co-op of London and Valley Farm Equipment in Science Hill.
Did you know, unlike other blood centers, blood donated with Kentucky Blood Center stays in Kentucky? For Kentucky patients, Kentucky Blood Center is the exclusive provider of blood for patients at your hospital. Visit kybloodcenter.org for more information.
See the all-new CertaPerfect Sleeper Hybrid Mattress and get the king for the price of a queen. Like this king set, just $12.99. Plus get a 3-day, 2-night Wyndham vacation free. And up to 5 years, 0 interest. Because
nobody beats PRAS.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on News Radio 630 WLAP. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Mike Linden.
Well, we are almost done with what has just been a near perfect weekend in the Bluegrass. Just look at how awesome it is here in Lexington, looking toward downtown. Not a cloud in the sky as we continue on with sunny and warm conditions. 79 degrees into our evening, just past 6:30, still keeping the warmth around, and that looks to stick around into our evening hours as temperatures will now begin to drop back. Now, as for the conditions above, we're not seeing any cloud cover at all on the Defender radar network. That does mean temperatures are going to drop off quickly overnight, but nonetheless, you're still looking at a beautiful evening out ahead of us. Off to our west, that's where most of the action lies, the active weather, that is. You can see the precipitation, the cloud cover, but the pattern that we're in right now with high pressure built up over the east keeping us dry, and this stationary front moving very, very slowly, we're just stuck right here in this wonderful void that is the warm and dry conditions. You can really see on the wind map here, as well as the temperatures at the surface, where the warm air is and where the cool air is. And you can see where that front is essentially drawn out, just putting its feet in the sand there, separating the United States into two zones, if you would. The cool air to the west, and right here in the bluegrass, the warm air. And it looks to stay that way for at least the next several days. This is our pattern. Very little change is going to really even happen. We just have to wait for this front to get here, and it looks like that will be the case as we get close to the middle of our work week. But until then, we are locked in, 5 to 15 degrees above normal. Some spots could even work their way into the mid-80s tomorrow. This is your hour-by-hour forecast into the evening hours tonight, staying awesome. 73 degrees by 8 o'clock tonight. That is a really nice way to close off the weekend. Of course, overnight with that lack of cloud cover, we will see temperatures drop off significantly, falling back into the mid to low 50s for your early morning. But we're right back to the 80s tomorrow afternoon. Again, the mid-80s could certainly be possible in a few spots out there. It's certainly abnormal, but we have yet to hear any complaints from anybody as far as those temperatures and conditions go. And this is your hour by hour to take you into the work week. Again, not too much going on. Tomorrow, the upper 70s and lower 80s for most spots. Tuesday, more of the same, back into the mid to high 70s. A little more cloud cover out there and a possible chance for some stray showers over near West Virginia. But other than that, things are looking spectacular here the next few days. Staying warm and sunny for you. It won't be until Wednesday that we hit the first bump in the 7-day forecast here. A chance for some evening showers on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, potentially even some thunderstorm chances triggering as that front arrives, Kristen. But until that point, and even after the front, we are looking at some gorgeous weather. It's really just perfect.
No more cold, no more freeze.
I think at this point we can probably rule out the cold air during the day, but of course those freezes, never know.
Thank you, Mike. Dozens of kids took advantage of the beautiful weather today. They tested their skills in Lexington's first inaugural MLB pitch, hit, and run competition. South Lexington Youth Baseball hosted the event. A player from today could end up competing at the MLB All-Star Game. Winners from each age group division will advance to the sectional championship. From there, they will go to the team championship and then the national finals. The finals will be at this year's All-Star Game in July. Lee K's in next with sports, and Coach Stoops named a starting quarterback.
Yeah, he did. Drew Barker will be in the quarterback competition come fall, but at least for now, he's at the top of the depth chart. And the Kentucky baseball team needed a win to avoid a sweep in Nashville. I'll have those highlights for you next in sports.
Exciting, creative, edgy, fun. A career in cosmetology is always in style, and Barrett & Company School of Hair Design can help you be a part of it. Success begins with proper training. Make it happen at Barrett & Company. Call today and enroll in Barrett & Company.
Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid, the SUV that dares to go beyond utility. Lease the 2016 NX 200 Turbo for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Hi, I'm Rob Hunley with Back Construction. You know you can trust Back Construction for all your home remodeling, roofing, and handyman needs. But did you also know you can trust Back Construction for your window and door replacements? Give us a call today if you need new windows and doors. Back Construction is a local Pella certified contractor, and we will provide you the kind of service and quality that you expect. After all, at Back Construction, we build it back better.
Now during our Off to the Races sale here at One Day Bath by America's Window, get a beautiful new bath or shower installed in as little as 1 day. And call now for huge savings across the board. Save up to 20% on your new bath or shower. Ask about our 0 down and 0 interest option for 12 months. Plus, act now and receive a $500 discount certificate good towards future purchases. You're always a winner at One Day Bath by America's Window.
Used cars are in short supply, so I need your trade. Right now at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During the spring clearance event, new 2015 Jeep Renegade Sports are just $189 a month. New 2016 Ram Bighorn Crew Cab 4-wheel drives are only $199 a month. And if you have a job and a valid driver's license, we want to approve you. Only at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
On Tuesday, I buried my dentures under 23 tons of cement. And I really freaked out because I needed my mouth for a very important event. So I called Aspen Dental, got in right away, and they made my new choppers in just a few days. And thanks to that service, I'm happy to say I ate the most hot dogs in history today.
With dentures starting at just $3.99 and ready in days, not weeks. Dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
If you're looking for a career that is rewarding and always in style, start your training for a career in cosmetology at Barrett & Company. Day and night classes are enrolling, so begin your journey into a fashion-forward career in cosmetology. And call today and enroll in Barrett & Company.
It's been a while since Kentucky finished spring football with a starter named at quarterback. Mark Stoops saying yesterday, following the blue-white game, that Drew Barker is on top of the depth chart at that position. In Saturday's spring game, Barker played just one half, completing 12 of his 18 passes for 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Stoops said backup quarterback Steven Johnson has pushed Barker all spring, but Barker began separating himself near the end of spring drills.
The last week of spring, as I mentioned, I feel like Drew was starting to pull away and really, and that's the nice thing to see about Drew is I thought he was very, very consistent this spring and really this whole off season.
I feel like I've been a lot more comfortable in the pocket due to Coach Henshaw, the footwork drills and everything, and everything that he's taught us. So I feel like that's been a big, I guess, improvement for me. Last year, I guess, and also the game has kind of slowed down a little bit. I think the experience I got, the little bit of experience I got last year, kind of helped me, is going to help me in the future.
And if you didn't get enough football during the spring game, join us over on the CW Lexington in just a few minutes. Tonight at 7 o'clock, it's the Kentucky Football 2016, the blue-white game, a recap of spring practice with interviews from coaches and players as they prepare for the 2016 season. Morehead State held its spring game Saturday night. The Eagles offense edging their defense in the scrimmage. Morehead State is coming off a 7-4 season. It's their best mark since 2007. Head coach Rob Tenure likes the momentum his team is carrying into the summer.
We got over 40 players that are going to stay for the summer this year. And so, 19 seniors, and then this year we're going to have 16 or 17 more. So really excited about where we're at. And from what we do now up until the first day of preseason camps, we're going to determine what kind of team we have.
We get a little taste of it in the spring, only 2 weeks. That's a short time. And, us having a chip on the shoulder like we did last year, we felt like we were the best team in the conference. And, that just makes us hungrier coming into the fall.
After winning 4 straight SEC series, the Kentucky baseball team was at risk of being swept for the first time in league play this afternoon at Vanderbilt. Wildcats needing a Sunday win to salvage the series. This theme of the weekend was great pitching. Here's some great defense. Scoreless in the 5th, Connor Kasher hits the chopper towards third. Javon Shelby snags it and gets it to Evan White on the stretch for the out. Wildcats loaded the bases in the 7th. Troy Squires puts a bat on the ball. That's a double to right over the outstretched arm of the right fielder. That'll clear the bases to give Kentucky a 3-0 lead, and that would be enough for the Cats to win the series finale. Just the 3rd time Vandy has been shut out at home since 2012. Kentucky softball was at home today hosting the rubber match against Missouri, coming off a tough loss on Saturday. The Wildcats looking to bounce back today. Down 1-0 in the 2nd. Brooklyn Hines sees a pitch that she likes, and that one's not coming back. Solo home run over the left field wall. tie game at 1 apiece. Same score in the top of the 4th. Emily Crane takes Kelsey Nunley's pitch for a ride straightaway center. Just carries over the wall. Missouri back on top 2-1. Wildcats would tie it up at 2-2, and then in the 6th, how about Abby Cheek? Unties it for good off the scoreboard and left. Cheek's 3rd home run of the weekend. And Kentucky takes the series with a 3-2 win over the Tigers. Out at Keeneland, Sunday's Grade 3 Adena Springs Beaumont Stakes representing a chance for fillies to earn points for potential Kentucky Oaks contenders should any of the top 14 elect not to run in the first Friday in May. Small field of 5 going to 7 furlongs. Kurt Becker has the call.
Leads it. Lightstream comes up the inside, and Lightstream keeps running on for Julianne Leperoux at the 16th pole. Lightstream up the inside to grab the lead in the closing strides of the Adena Springs Beaumont. Lightstream rallies to win it.
So Lightstream, the 6-5 favorite, rallies up the rail to take the Beaumont Stakes, earning 10 points towards the Oaks. So she could get into the field if fewer than 14 decide to enter. Nickname was 2nd. Kinsley's Kisses in 3rd. We are getting ever so close to the Kentucky Derby, just a few weeks away now.
And hopefully perfect weather for that, too.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with a final look at weather.
With more selection and savings, you can stop and smell more roses at Meijer.
Hi, I'm Travis Morgan with North Broadway Auto Sales. We've been in business for over 20 years, got over 200 cars in inventory, and thousands of happy customers.
At North Broadway Auto Sales, we never put GPS tracking devices on our cars.
Why pay $500 a month on another car lot when you come here and pay as low as $250 a month?
At North Broadway Auto Sales, everybody rides.
En North Broadway Auto Sales, todos manejan.
On Tuesday, I buried my dentures under 23 tons of cement. And I really freaked out because I needed my mouth for a very important event. So I called Aspen Dental, got in right away, and they made my new choppers in just a few days. And thanks to that service, I'm happy to say I ate the most hot dogs in history today.
With dentures starting at just $3.99 and ready in days, not weeks. Dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
I'm Amy Henson. My husband and I founded Rock Bottom Soaps. We use goat milk to make soaps and lotions that help dry, irritated skin. We're members of Appalachian Proud, part of the Kentucky Proud program, which helps local families just like ours. Look for Kentucky Proud products available every day at Kroger.
Right now at Kroger, Ale 8 is 3 for $10 when you buy 3. And Kroger Sour Cream or Dip is 2 for $4. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
With a heavy-duty welded steel deck and exclusive smooth track steering, the Hustler Raptor zero-turn mower doesn't play around. It's got the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. The legendary Hustler Raptor family starting at just $27.99. Tools, not toys. For easy blade changing and cleaning at the push of a button, get the Raptor Flip Up from Hustler.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view a video of anesthesiologist Thomas Young on reducing pain after surgery. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
Are you looking for a new career in the automotive industry? Hitachi is currently recruiting top engineering talent for our Berea and Harrodsburg locations. Visit our job fair at the Griffin Gate Marriott on April 19th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Hitachi, leading the way in creating innovative automotive solutions.
Sawyer, you're in.
Me?
Yeah, playing shortstop. Hey, ball.
With more selection and savings, you get more brushes with glory at Meijer.
Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $89 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $227 million. It is still looking great out there.
I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I've run out of ways to say the same thing. Sunny, warm, dry, beautiful. I mean, that's what it boils down to the next few days. The lower 80s tomorrow, even could see a few spots in the mid 80s in southeastern Kentucky. Some changes get here by the middle of the work week, but let's live in the present. Things are just perfect, and it looks like they'll be that way for a little bit longer.
I will take it. Sounds good. We hope you'll join us right back here at 11 o'clock tonight.